Hello, food lovers. Welcome back. We're diving deep into one of Portugal's most iconic and hearty dishes, CozidoAPortuguesa. This traditional Portuguese stew is not only a feast for the taste buds but also a dish steeped in history and culture. And guess what? We've got some fascinating unknown facts about it that you probably haven't heard before. Let's get started. CozidoAPortuguesa is a traditional Portuguese stew that's a celebration of the country's culinary diversity. It's a one-pot meal that includes a variety of meats, sausages, vegetables, and sometimes even rice or beans, all cooked together to create a symphony of flavors. Did you know that CozidoAPortuguesa has roots that go back to medieval times? It was originally a peasant dish, made with whatever meats and vegetables were available. Over time, it evolved into a beloved national dish, enjoyed by people from all walks of life. The key ingredients of CozidoAPortuguesa include a mix of meats like pork, beef, chicken, and various sausages such as chorizo and morcilla. Vegetables commonly used are potatoes, carrots, cabbage, and turnips. Each region in Portugal has its own twist on the recipe, adding local ingredients that make their version unique. One of the unique aspects of preparing CozidoAPortuguesa is the layering of ingredients in the pot. The meats go in first, followed by the harder vegetables, and finally the softer vegetables. This method ensures that everything cooks evenly and absorbs all the delicious flavors. Here's an interesting fact. CozidoAPortuguesa was traditionally cooked in earthenware pots over an open fire. This cooking method imparts a unique, smoky flavor to the dish that's hard to replicate with modern cookware. CozidoAPortuguesa is more than just a dish. It's a cultural icon. It's often enjoyed during family gatherings and festive occasions, symbolizing the warmth and hospitality of Portuguese culture. There are numerous regional variations of CozidoAPortuguesa. In the Azores, for example, there's a version called Cozido das Furnace, which is cooked underground using volcanic heat. In the Alentejo region, you might find a version that includes bread dumplings. CozidoAPortuguesa is typically served with rice or bread, and sometimes with a side of mustard or hot sauce for an extra kick. It pairs wonderfully with a robust red wine, such as those from the Douro Valley. While CozidoAPortuguesa is a hearty and filling meal, it can also be quite nutritious. The combination of meats and vegetables provides a balanced array of proteins, vitamins, and minerals. Despite its rich flavors, it can be part of a healthy diet when enjoyed in moderation. Now, let's get cooking. I'm going to show you how to make a classic CozidoAPortuguesa. We'll start by layering our meats in a large pot, followed by our vegetables. Add some water, season with salt and pepper, and let it simmer for a couple of hours. First, we'll add the pork and beef, letting them cook down to create a rich broth. Next, we'll add our sausages, potatoes, carrots, and turnips. Finally, we'll top it off with cabbage and let everything simmer until tender. To serve, we'll place a bit of each meat and vegetable on each plate, making sure everyone gets a taste of all the different flavors and textures. A drizzle of the broth over the top adds a final touch of savory goodness. The moment of truth. Let's taste. The combination of tender meats, flavorful sausages, and perfectly cooked vegetables creates a rich and satisfying meal. Remember, The key to a great cozido is patience. Let it simmer slowly to let all the flavors meld together. The creation of CozidoAPortuguesa is a testament to Portugal's rich culinary history. It reflects the resourcefulness of the Portuguese people, who made the most of the ingredients available to them, and turned simple components into a beloved national dish. CozidoAPortuguesa is a dish that truly embodies the spirit of Portuguese cuisine. Its rich history, diverse ingredients, and deep flavors make it a must-try for any food lover. I hope you enjoyed learning about this delicious dish and feel inspired to try making it at home. Did you know that the ingredients used in CozidoAPortuguesa were originally based on what was locally available? Each region of Portugal would use meats and vegetables that were plentiful in their area, making each version of cozido slightly different from the others. CozidoAPortuguesa changes with the seasons. In the spring, you might find fresh green beans and peas added to the mix, while in the winter, hardy root vegetables like parsnips and turnips become more prominent. In many rural Portuguese communities, CozidoAPortuguesa was traditionally cooked as a communal meal. Villagers would contribute ingredients and gather together to enjoy the feast, reinforcing community bonds and traditions. Despite being a hearty meal, CozidoAPortuguesa is surprisingly well-balanced nutritionally. The combination of protein from the meats, fiber from the vegetables, and carbohydrates from added rice or beans makes it a complete meal. The cooking time for CozidoAPortuguesa can vary significantly. Traditional recipes call for slow simmering over several hours, but modern versions might use a pressure cooker to reduce the cooking time without compromising flavor. Leftovers from CozidoAPortuguesa are often used to create other delicious dishes. For example, leftover meat can be shredded and used in sandwiches, while the broth can be repurposed as a base for soups. In Portugal, CozidoAPortuguesa is often paired with different types of bread. Broa, a traditional cornbread, is particularly popular for soaking up the rich broth and enhancing the overall dining experience. The spices used in CozidoAPortuguesa can vary by region. In the Azores, for instance, you might find the addition of allspice and cloves, which reflect the island's history of spice trade. Historically, CozidoAPortuguesa was cooked over an open fire in a large cauldron, which gave it a distinct smoky flavor. Today, while modern stoves are commonly used, some traditionalists still prefer the old method for its unique taste. In addition to the typical pork, beef, and chicken, some versions of CozidoAPortuguesa include less common meats like goat or lamb, which are traditional in certain regions and add a unique twist to the dish. The flavors and ingredients in CozidoAPortuguesa also reflect the historical influences of Roman and Moorish cuisine, which introduced new spices and cooking techniques to the Iberian Peninsula. In many Portuguese families, the recipe for CozidoAPortuguesa is a closely guarded secret, passed down through generations. Each family might have its own special ingredients or techniques that make their version unique. Bay leaves, parsley, and thyme are commonly used in CozidoAPortuguesa to add aromatic depth to the stew. These herbs not only enhance the flavor but also have digestive properties that complement the rich dish. Thank you for joining us on this culinary journey through the flavors of CozidoAPortuguesa. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel for more delicious recipes and culinary explorations, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Until next time, happy cooking and enjoy the rich tastes of Portugal.